Welcome to the Treehouse Show podcast, your weekly dose of tech and all things Team Treehouse. What's up, friends? Welcome to a new episode of the Treehouse Show podcast. I'm your host and developer advocate here at Treehouse. My name is Dustin, and with me we have Laura.
Hi, everyone.
And so, being that this is the last episode of the month of March, we're going to dive into what we released this month, as well as what's to come in the month of April. But before we get into the updates, I do want to shout out a new application that I've been using over the last week. This isn't sponsored. It's just an application I really like. You may have heard of it. It's called Raycast. If you're familiar with Mac, you're probably familiar with Spotlight. It works just the same, except a zillion times better. The quality of life boost that I've got by using this application over the last week has just been ridiculous, and I am excited to see how much deeper involved I can get with it. But for what it does so far, it's sped up my workflow like crazy. For sure, give it a shot. Go to raycast.com, check it out, see if you like it. Little disclaimer, if you're on a Windows, you can't use it. It's a Mac-only application as of right now, I believe.
Womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp.
My favorite thing about Raycast, you can basically prompt ChatGPT right from Spotlight, or Raycast, shall I say. Like, you just do command space, you write something in the front, then you write your prompt, and you get ChatGPT response right there and then. You don't have to open up a browser or anything. It's the fastest way to get AI help.
Oh, that's crazy. You see, right now I have it set to where when I open it, if I type in chat, it'll open up my browser with ChatGPT ready to go. But yeah, that sounds faster if I could just stay directly in app.
Yeah, I recommend it. Do it.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of what this app can do, and I've already have seen so many improvements in my workflow. So, like I said, I'm excited to dive deeper. And if you want to check it out, it's raycast.com. I'll link it down below in the show notes, so check it out there too if you want.
Before we start talking about content, I just wanted to give you a quick update. So the last time we spoke, I was ranting about how there's some states that ask you for your weight when you apply for a driver's license. New York does it. California does. I think you were telling me Texas and Louisiana. Wow. Can't say Louisiana. Texas and Louisiana does, and they display it. So I got my driver's license the other day. And you know what's not displayed on my driver's license?
Let me guess, the weight.
My weight, right. You are right. You are 100% correct. They asked for it. I provided it. And then they're just like, never mind. Don't need it.
That's so crazy. All right, hold on. I'm going to check my ID. I'm going to check my license.
Go grab it. Do it.
It definitely shows my weight on my license. So yeah, they asked me my weight and it's there. It shows it.
Yeah, no, I don't understand. I was shocked because that was the first thing I looked for it. Like when I got it, that was the first thing I looked. It was just like, where did they put the weight?
So that sounded pretty unexpected. You know what's not unexpected? What's coming next month, because you're listening to the podcast. Do you want to dive right into what's coming in April, or do you want to shed a little bit of light on what you might have missed in the month of March?
Now I want to start with March.
Sounds good to me. Let's hear it. What did we release in the month of March?
So we're going to start with March 6th. So we have a React track. Well, that track was getting a little bit old, so I refreshed it by adding all of my new content, which teaches the latest React version 18. Also, I added some more content in there. Like, for example, at the end of the track, you'll be able to build your own portfolio using React. So now you have something tangible that you can show off to employers. So now anyone can see your portfolio. Also, because we've been making some AI content, I sprinkled in some AI and React content in there. And I also updated the last step because, yes, I teach you React, but you have to do some practice to get better and remember things, how to do it on your own. Because in most of my courses, you're coding along with me. Now you have to try to jump and swim and try it on your own. So I promote code adventures. For those who don't know, those are kind of practice problems you can work on your own. We give you some starter files and tell you what the practice is. You do it on your own and you submit it to us and we review it.
Love hearing that we are updating and keeping our React content fresh. So check out the updated React track. For sure, it has some awesome new stuff in there.
All right, and that's not it with new content. So on March 20th, which I believe was last week, we released a new addition to our portfolio content, which is create a portfolio using Python and Flask. So now, not only can you create portfolios using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and even React. So now, if you're a Pythonista, you can use Python and Flask to create a portfolio. We didn't forget about y'all.
Cool. So, as far as video content for the month of March, looks like we updated the React track with some awesome AI goodies and more React stuff, keeping it up to date. And then we also released a new workshop, which is creating a portfolio using Python and Flask, which is the new addition to our portfolio content, where before you could just build a portfolio using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And we also had one for React, but we're now adding in Python. So that's awesome. I'm glad to see that we're adding a couple of new things in there. So is that it for video content?
It is, but we still have a bunch more to talk about. For example, Jenavieve has been working hard on her Treehouse live career sessions. I had the pleasure of joining her on March 5th, where we talked about women in tech. She basically interviewed me, asked me about my experience navigating the tech industry as a woman. It was a ton of fun. I was excited to meet some folks from Discord there. We had a little chit chat. We actually went overtime, but it was a ton of fun. I had a blast talking to people, answering their questions, talking to AI and stuff. It was great. Next up was March 19th, where Jenavieve hosted and talked about the 5 most important networking skills. So, Jenavieve is our career advisor. She's all about career and helping you, all our Treehouse students, get a job in the industry or help them improve the resume. So, this was one live session that really helped out.
So, Genevieve's live sessions are one and done. So, make sure you are staying up to date by hanging out in our Discord and receiving all the notifications for live events. These are absolutely the most valuable career sessions we offer. Speaking of these live sessions, I figured let's talk about the live sessions that I did in the month of March. So, if you don't know, I do go live every single Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Time over on Twitch, and you can find us at twitch.tv/The Treehouse Show. And you bet I will be linking that down below in the show notes or description of this podcast. In the month of March, I already released 4 live streams. So, we
4.
have
Damn.
yeah, we have Lego Employee Directory with vanilla JavaScript, which was a lot harder than I thought because I haven't written vanilla JavaScript in so long, but it was a very interactive live stream. Everyone in the chat was telling me how I should style the UI, how we should color it. It was a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. It's about almost 4 hours long. And then the next week, I actually live streamed the exact same app, but we built it with React and Tailwind, which again, the chat dictated almost every step of the way how we wanted to build this out. And it was really, really cool. And then next up, we did a weather app. And actually, no one came up with the idea. No one had any idea of what I should build. So I used my random project generator to generate a random project idea, and it told me to build a weather app. So I built one. I've never built a weather app before, always wanted to. So a 3.5 hour stream, and I got it done. We built a weather app in React. A lot of fun. There was a lot of funny moments. It was a great live stream. I'll link below our YouTube channel so that you can go back and watch all these replays. But if you want to catch these live, like I said, every Thursday, 12 p.m. Central Time, I will be going live on Twitch.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun joining your weather app. I'm a little sad I couldn't be there most of the time because I think you streamed during my lunchtime. And I'm a food person. I'm a foodie. I love
Oh
my
yeah,
food.
I'm the same way. It's so hard to sit down and stream for so long without any meals. I usually try to eat a pretty big meal before I start streaming.
Makes sense. Yeah, and I even contributed to that one, I think.
Yeah, you did. I actually had a bug when we were finished. It was like I said, it was about a 3.5 hour stream, and I had one bug left in there that I just did not want to fix because I love more than anything you guys contributing to my projects. So I think it's a great way for you guys to get involved, understand the DevOps process, submit a PR, break some code. We're all in this together, right? So Laura actually submitted a PR to fix a tiny bug where if you searched for a city and you got the weather, you could no longer search for another city. And it was a super easy issue. I'm very new with React, and Laura is the React goddess. So, of course, she popped
Thanks.
in, submitted a PR that worked flawlessly, and I was able to get that working. But speaking of PRs, with the employee directory app that we did in React, as well as the employee directory app we did in vanilla JavaScript. We had Sean, which is one of our Discord community members, really
Shout
awesome
out to
dude.
Sean.
Shout out to Sean. He actually submitted a pagination feature for both the vanilla JavaScript repo as well as the React one. And it was super awesome. I displayed the PR and his code up on the stream so that everyone could see how he did it. It was really, really cool. And I'm really hoping more people can contribute to these projects because this is how we learn. And it's a lot of fun seeing what you guys want to see. And if your code doesn't break mine, I don't care what it does. I'm going to merge it on in. So you want to contribute to anything I do, there's always a repo. Does that cover everything in March?
I want to say so. I am working on a somewhat secret project that I want to
Secret project.
say will be released in March. I'm creating a new track for AI. I have it all set up. It's ready to be published. I'm just trying to figure out when I want to click that publish button.
Now, right now, before we even finish this podcast episode, go release it.
I'll think about it. So that might be released in March or in April, but it will be released. It is ready. I'm holding off. I don't
Well,
know
look, if
why.
you want to know when we release it, because apparently Laura just doesn't want to press that button right this very second, hop in our Discord server because rest assured, we're going to let you know in Discord whenever we release the track. Before we start talking about what we're releasing in April, I actually am releasing something pretty big in April.
Oh,
Some of you probably already know a little bit about it, especially if you've joined the live streams or you've been hanging out in Discord. But as you all know, there is a 100 days of code challenge that developers love to partake in, me included. But what is the hardest part of the 100 days of code? Specifically for you, Laura, what is the hardest part of 100 days of code? I'm curious.
knowing what to code, like
What to code?
what to do every day.
That's valid. That's valid. That's not my answer, though.
No, what's your
No.
answer?
So I will say that's a valid answer, though, because that is typically very hard. But I think a lot of people think you have to code something, you have to build something every single day.
Mhm.
When in reality, 100 days of code is just 100 days of you familiarizing yourself with code and anything about it, whether it's reading documentation, updating your readmes that, we all throw together very quickly and forget about, or, actually building something. You could build something too. Contributing to other people's work is another great way to partake in 100 days of code. And I've got you guys covered. Okay. So for me, the hardest part of 100 days of code is the consistency. I could go probably 5 to 10 days consistently and then I fall off. And I feel like when I stop coding, I have to start all over. And I don't like that, okay? No one else likes that either. And I have a solution. In the month of April, I am releasing the 100 Days of Code video series.
Ooh.
So this won't be a day-to-day video series because like I said, we're all very busy. And as I mentioned, this is a video series. It will take some time to edit these videos. But the 100 Days of Code video series is going to be my journey through 100 days of code, and it's just 100 days of coding. My goal at the end of this is to have 100 videos of 100 projects going through my journey through the 100 Days of Code series. What's really, really cool about this and what I think is super unique is that for every single project that I build throughout this series, it's going to have a public repo associated with it with issues. So if you would like to contribute to any of these repos by adding in your own feature, fixing a bug, or whatever it may be, you're going to be able to do so. And as long as you do not break my code base, I will merge it in. So theoretically, you can actually tackle your 100 days of code journey alongside mine by contributing to each repo. Update my README, change the color scheme, add a cool new feature. Whatever you want to do, I will merge it in as long as it doesn't break the code base. So this series will be a lot of fun. It's going to take a lot of time. I'm going to need a lot of help figuring out what projects to do. I will rely on my random project generator to generate ideas for me if I need them. But I think this is going to be a really great learning experience for me as well as anyone who wants to follow along with the series. I will try to upload 1 to 2 videos a week, but this will be as I have time. So the more you guys help and pitch in, the easier this will be on me. And I think this will be a great community event. There's going to be a lot of information coming within the next week or so about the series. So be on the lookout for that. And when it gets started, trust me, everyone in Discord will know. So make sure you are a Discord member. As always, the link will be down below in the show notes or description. So make sure to check that out. That's it for me as far as what I'm releasing, other than my live streams every single Thursday.
On April 3rd, we are releasing a new course called AI Chatbot Comparison. So he kind of like puts them head to head, sees which is best for like fundamental concepts, which have better capabilities, what are the limitations for each. So it's a great course to watch. If you're unsure about which AI chatbot you want to go with, I know the default is ChatGPT, but there's so many more out there. ChatGPT just basically kind of started it all. Definitely give that one a watch once that's released on April 3rd. Next up is April 17, where Rachel talks to you about the Python tech degree. So the workshop is actually called Python Tech Degree Portfolio Overview. So it's similar to my full stack JavaScript portfolio overview, where she talks you through what you'll come out with at the end of taking a Python tech degree. So if you're ever curious about taking a Python tech degree, but we're on the fence, if you watch this video, this tells you about all the projects you'll do, the portfolio you'll come out with, and it's just a great like overview of our tech degree.
Cool. So we're releasing a new course, AI chatbot comparison, and a new workshop, which is the Python Tech Degree Portfolio Overview.
And everyone's got to check it out. Put it on your calendars. Go on Discord.
Are you a human? Check it out.
Well, even if you're AI, check it out.
No, no,
No, we
no.
don't.
Humans only.
Humans only. Wow.
Humans only. So that covers it for the workshops and courses. So what about live sessions? I know Jenavieve hosts these live sessions every month, and these are a one and done thing. So which ones are coming up in April that we need to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, Genevieve is busy this month. She has 3 live sessions. So the first one is on April 2nd, which is called No Code Tech Careers with Dustin.
Description: explore the exciting world of no code technology and how it's shaping the future of various industries. So be on the lookout for my live session with Jenavieve, where we talk about no code tech careers. It should be pretty cool. It's going to be on April 2nd.
And join so you can have 10 minutes to ask Dustin any question you want. It doesn't have to be related to no code tech careers, it can be anything. You have 10 minutes with Dustin. And then after that, she has another live session on April 16 talking about how to adapt any work experience to fit any role. I love this one. This is the live session to take. She tells you the art of tailoring your experience to fit the diverse demands of different roles. I highly, highly, highly recommend this one. I love this live session. That one is on April 16. So if you want to join it, join our Discord. Genevieve posts the invite link in our Discord to get access and sign up for them. But that's not it. She has another live session on April 30th where she interviews a UX designer. So, this is a great one to attend if you're more into design and how to improve your user experience when they're on your portfolio or any of your apps. I highly recommend attending this one because then you can also have 10 minutes to ask questions to a seasoned UX designer, pick their brain, maybe even ask for suggestions. So that is all for the live career sessions. There's one on April 2nd where you can learn more about no code careers with Dustin. April 16, where you can adapt any work experience to fit any role. And April 30th, where Genevieve will interview a UX designer.
And as I mentioned earlier, these are one and done. So if you miss it, you miss it. And we're sorry. So make sure you don't miss it. Genevieve will pop the links in Discord, so be sure to be in our Discord server. But that about covers it for the live sessions. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have also live streams every Thursday. And in the month of April, you can be on the lookout for the 100 Days of Code series start. So be on the lookout for that as well. But so just to give you a quick recap of today's episode, we updated the React track in the month of March, as well as added a new workshop, which is creating a portfolio using Python and Flask. We had 2 live sessions with Jenavieve, which is Women in Tech, which featured Laura. And we also had the 5 most important networking skills live session. We also had 4 live streams over on Twitch that are now up on our YouTube. Links will be down below. And in the month of April, we are releasing the 100 Days of Code video series. We're releasing a new course, the AI chatbot comparison, where we compare Google Bard, Bing, Claude, ChatGPT, and it's a 104-minute course. It's going to be awesome. Don't miss out on that. We're also releasing a new workshop, the Python Tech Degree Portfolio Overview, which is going to be a great workshop. And as far as the live career sessions go in the month of April, Jenavieve is hosting 3 no-code tech careers with me, Dustin, on April 2nd. April 16th is how to adapt any work experience to fit any role, which is going to be a really, really good live session. I would not miss that one. And then on April 30th, to end the month, an interview with a UX designer. So we have lots and lots of cool stuff coming. We released a lot of cool stuff this month, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to try to do one of these episodes at the end of every single month to give you guys a little bit of insight as what's to come as far as what we've already released. Hopefully these little episodes that kind of update you on the content that we're releasing has some value. So that covers the episode today, which is a little of an insight of what's coming in April as well as what we've released in the month of March. We hope you enjoy all the new updates. We do these for you. So let us know how you like them. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? And we will see you next week, same time, same place on the Treehouse Show podcast.
Bye.
Adios. Cool. So that wraps up the Treehouse Show podcast for today, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. What would you like to hear us talk about next? Be sure to join our community Discord server and let us know. Worth noting, if you want to give us a shot and learn a code, we've taught over 1.2 million developers and counting. You can set yourself up with a 7-day free trial just by heading on over to teamtreehouse.com. Until next time, have fun and happy coding.